Hey everyone, it's Matt with Explore the World with Matt. This video we're going to visit Puerto Plata, Dominican Republic. Took a cruise ship to get here, and I'll explain a little bit more what I saw along the way. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel, it helps a lot. Like the video and share it with your friends. As we're approaching the port, we can start to see the land. Looks like any other piece of land that you come across on a cruise ship, it seems like. And as we get closer and closer to the port, decided it was time for breakfast, so I went and grabbed some breakfast before. You can see the port approaching in the background. Can never go wrong with a muffin and baked beans, right? Made myself an egg sandwich and some bacon. As the ship actually backed into the pier, you can look up into Puerto Plata and see the city heading up to the hills. Once we were docked, we were I was able to take a panoramic view of the area from the ship. And now we got off the ship, and typical pier with industrial shipping in the background. Looking down the length of the ship, being a newer ship, it's nice and clean and shiny. Now looking towards the back of the ship, looking aft, which actually is towards the port. And now we walked along the pier to get into, and of course I had to stop and get a little picture without the ship with the city in the background. Behind me is this touristy area that you get dumped into when you get off the ship. Normally I don't like the touristy areas. This one was actually quite nice, quite clean. It's Taino Bay. They have water, lazy rivers, they have restaurants, they have shops, and it didn't feel overly pressured like a lot of the cruise ports where everyone's trying to sell you everything. Just another view of the ship looking from the touristy area out to sea. This was actually on the back patio of one of the restaurants. There were many to choose from. I was making my way to leave the tourist area and go see the real city of Puerto Plata. Now I've left the touristy area, and this is the first time I've been hounded. Everyone's trying to give me a little bit of help and give me a tour, and they want to walk with me, and it took a lot of no's to get them to leave me alone. Finally get to the old city, and this part of the city is geared, I think, for tourists. It's very pretty, lots of shops, but this is real close to the port. There was also restaurants and cigar shops and things of that sort, lots to choose from. You gotta save the Earth. It's the only planet with chocolate. Then the town square was really pretty with all the birds and this gazebo-like thing in the middle, but being 2 stories, it was beckoning for me to go up in it and take a look out from above. It was just kind of cool to be up high and looking around and seeing the city. From here I decided I was going to go for a little walk and walk into the older part of the city, I guess where normal people live, and get to the waterfront and walk along the waterfront to get to an old fort that's at the tip of the harbor. Guess I had to get a few more pics in from the elevated view before I started my walk. Now I'm walking up this street, and it's a long straight street that takes me basically to where the waterfront is. And very uneven pavement, even though you're not really seeing it here, so you have to watch where you're walking, because there's all kinds of little holes in the ground and things of that sort to have to watch out for. Then I finally made it to the waterfront. Very pretty and green, but it was also a little disappointing in the aspect that it's not kept clean like we're used to seeing elsewhere in the world. So the beachfront was heavily covered in trash and bottles, and that part was really sad. And as I walked along, the trash just continued. This was the promenade that walked along the waterfront, and everything to the right was the water, and there was just so much trash on the backside of that fence. But it was still pretty with the blue ocean and the greenery, and obviously I found a nice spot to take pictures that didn't have a lot of trash. As I was walking along the waterfront, came across a fire station. So I was talking with a friend of mine, and he actually went inside and talked with people inside. And came across the Puerto Plata sign, and some nice people along the way were there to help take my picture, so I could share this with you in a couple different perspectives. The only thing I wish I'd done differently was it would have been nice if I was standing in the sun instead of just the shade. Still make out that it's me, but it would have been a better picture if I was in the sun. Enjoying the pretty blue water behind me, and I'm in a little park, and at least this part was clean. Still found some clothing and some burnt out areas underneath a rock where it looks like people had been camping at some point in the past. Now I'm approaching the fort that was at the point of the bay, and this is coming at it from the backside, and then actually up in the fort, looking around. Then got back to the tourist area before getting back on the ship, and I had to have me one of those fancy coconut drinks. This was a coconut and rum drink. With coconut milk and ice, and it was blended in there a little bit, sort of like a pina colada, but this was the finished drink, and it was absolutely wonderful. Thanks for joining me today, and now it's just time for my little pitch here. I hope you'll visit me at exploretheworldwithmatt.com. I can help you with all your travel needs, travel information. You don't have to book with me, but give me a chance. I've traveled so much of the world, and I can give you all kinds of advice on different cities, as well as continents, countries, states. I've traveled extensively, and I want to share that information with you. You can also continue to watch my other videos here, and don't forget to like my channel, share my channel with others, as well as subscribe to the channel. You can also leave me comments below if you have any questions. You don't have to contact me directly on my website. You can do it right here on this video. So don't forget to visit www.exploretheworldwithmatt.com.